meet again, Lost Prince. I was mistaken about our previous encounter. I erred in thinking I had unraveled what the Pale Lady had planned for the both of us. But I should have known better than to presume or anticipate the moves of someone as shrewd as her. I am tired, Prince. I am so terribly tired. I feel burned out. I can't weave anymore. I don't want to. Never imagined that such a moment could come. Oh, what a truly sorrowful thing. To accept that all things must finally fade. You meeting me? As I mentioned upon your first visit, I thought it was just a coincidence. A fortunate weave of various events that, under a different alignment of stars and smaller choices, would never have come to pass. However, it turns out that I was meant to fulfill a specific role, and it was not to weave new life as I once believed. To weave bridges between you and her despair. Bridges that would allow you to gather the memory shards. She used me, yet I cannot even bring myself to be angry with her. I see now that she seeks to restore the bonds that once were, before her world shattered and fell into ruin. The pain of a mother who has lost her child, it is difficult to comprehend, especially for us. For centuries, we never had to face loss, and then only by gazing upon you humans, we had to deal with the idea of death. To live in a world in which everything has to die, such a horrible and terrifying thing. Her desire was to bring her son back. I understand that, but can't really empathize with it. Understanding others has always been the strength of humankind. And anger? I'm not sure. For now, I just want peace. I don't want the weirdness. I don't want to weave. I don't want to feel. She hopes that by restoring her son's memory, she will finally bring him back. The Pale Lady wants to put you on a proper path. Yet she does not realize how daunting and impossible this challenge truly is. But those driven by despair rarely measure their actions with reason. Places like this one, or the one where we met before, were chosen by the Pale Lady for a reason. On their own, they're nothing more than aberrations twisted by the weirdness. To bridge your reality and ours, someone had to weave the passages. That someone was me. In both instances, I believed all my efforts were aimed at weaving a new foredweller, for the first time in centuries. But the truth was far from that. The Archspire was a bridge to the place where her son was born. In that cave, I wove the prints from the threads of the weirdness granted to me by the Pale Lady. They were resonating with great desire. It seems the place we stand in now was marked as the place where I had to create the next passage. Since we lost the war against your kind, we retreated to Tuathan, severing ourselves from the rest of Avalon. All the while, the weirdness has continued to change. It has grown wilder, more untamed, and far harder to control, even for us. For centuries, places like this seemed lifeless, stripped of their potential. And then the spark began to return. It was then that I resumed my work. So it is true. I suspected that gazing upon the homelands by the Pale Lady and her son could not occur without disruptions. The knot grew tight. I did not dare to peer beyond my lost prince. I feel that what lies ahead is bound to a profoundly intimate and ineffably personal aspect of the Pale Lady. It is between you and her. Prince, it is time to go. Leave me behind. I played my role in this spectacle. Hopefully that will grant me freedom. Farewell.
There's no greater joy than watching how a son, born of desire, grows. There's no greater despair than watching how a son, born of one's own thought, perishes. And now you stand here, hidden deep within, and even I cannot fathom what my heart feels. Still torn, for you are not wholly him, my son, my prince of Tuathan. Yet there is a flicker of joy within me, for you carry the soul of an Arthur, whose life was chosen for my son. This means the fragments of memory I gathered and kept safe may be saved. The heart, bleeding and plagued, a fragment of me, of my despair, accidentally brought into existence upon the homelands. My tears seeped into your soil, birthing a terror that became inseparably bound to your kind. The Spectre, the Red Death. Unintentionally, I could not have foreseen what such an entanglement of our realities would bring. I could not have known the depths of pain wrought by the loss of a beloved child. When it started to spread, I couldn't find a way to stop it. I am so terribly sorry. Arthur believed that abandoning the homelands would stop the plague. The Red Church committed truly horrific acts in their desperate attempt to halt the blight. Yet, no matter what you humans do, the plague will always return. It's like a curse cast upon your kind. And so, you will drown in my tears. I want my son back. You walk your own path, yet you will be faced with choices. I hope that, among them, you will find a way to bring my son back. However, I cannot impose my will upon you. It took me a long time to understand that not everything should be demanded by force. I believe so. And you are already working tirelessly toward this, whether you realize it or not. Since my son's fate became entwined with that of Arthur, the King of Mortals, it is necessary to reconstruct the soul of the ruler whose essence you carry within your heart. You will also need the fragments of my son's memory, the ones I so carefully concealed for you to find. Beyond that, the Weaver may possess something helpful. His life-giving spindle. It may prove invaluable when the final trial comes. If you manage to find him, take it. He is no longer bound by the places I created for him, where he could work in peace. I have a feeling he may have returned to his workshop, deep within the Forlorn Swords. It is a tale about the Prince of the Four-Dwellers, who unexpectedly became the king of humankind. Arthur. He We are connected. In the homelands, he heard my call from beyond the mists. It guided him to Avalon. I met him during his journey. I gifted him with the sword, the specter of which you now carry within yourself. He is someone very dear to me. Someone I lost decades ago, whose soul found a new body in your lands. As you already know, we found a way to gaze upon the homelands. My son was fascinated by humans, fascinated by your impermanence and fragility. When one has to deal with entropy and decay, everything suddenly gains far greater significance, doesn't it? He must have desired to live the life of a human. Perhaps it is one of the most powerful manifestations ever achieved by a Four-Dweller. Oh, the Weaver. I remember the spark of joy that lit up his pale face when he saw what emerged from the threads of weirdness I gifted him. A living being, brimming with such boundless potential. So vibrant with life. He always had a fondness for my child. He called him the Prince. In the homelands, I saw a powerful thing that we Four-Dwellers lacked. It was love, one of many emotions I had to learn. We lived in a world where everything was potent and possible. It made us live a life where we were drowning in decadence. I longed for something more. Our emotional structure was much less complicated than yours. You were quite an inspiration. Yes, I am fully aware that my will to bring Arthur to the shores of Avalon brought war and ruin upon my own kin. What would you have me say? There are no proper words for this. I will simply fall silent. Draw your own conclusions. Yes, although that was a horribly distorted part of me, living as if it were another life. Now I feel more whole. The emptiness is sharper. The sorrow, far more profound. Ah, yes. Bound to Arthur through kinship. They were close enough that some of my despair reached her as well. A different kind, however. She was able to find and gaze into it. I pity her. The fate that befell her is truly dreadful. One aspect of the potential of the weirdness is that it can serve as a tool. For that, I needed a craftsman. Someone who could sense even the thinnest threads of that potential as part of a greater whole. Every Four-Dweller could manipulate the weirdness to some degree. But not all did so with the finesse of the Weaver. He could harness that potential for something far, far greater, like weaving a new life, for example. My skills lay elsewhere. Among them was the ability to peer beyond the horizon of our civilization, to see a different world, a world without the weirdness, a world filled with meaning and purpose, constructed through intricate connections. A single living organism, yet full of individuality at the same time. I feel that sometimes you do not realize just how extraordinary your land truly was. Are you sure? If you have anything to ask, ask now. This may be our last meeting before the end of things. I am listening. Are you sure? If you haven't, this may be. So, it is done. I am glad my heart could host you. I hope you will succeed in reaching the goal you pursue. You leave this place with another shard. Use the memory of my son wisely. Ah, one more thing. That perfect obedience will no longer be your burden. It was never my will, but rather a flawed interpretation by humans, consumed with the madness of the dying. Farewell.
Stay sharp. Ah! Such a cheap shot! Sneaks up. Back to your hovel, coward! You are nothing but a... I will be your downfall! I will be your downfall. Tis just a flesh wound.
Was an unfortunate meeting. You found me at a time of great sorrow. This is an irreparable loss for the Church. I pray that our brothers will find peace in their eternal slumber, along with a true understanding of the Word. After all, there is no greater virtue than the word of the prophet. Am I right? For those priests, I am the truth. I only help them to face the meaning of the word. The first one went smoothly. This one was quite stubborn. He kept resisting. The embers of faith burned stronger within him. Perhaps for the same reason the Red Church caused the Chart Conclave. Perhaps I am just blindly following my own word echoing in my mind. Kill every priest. Make them suffer, as others have suffered. As the Druids suffered, for example. Oh, you mean all that? Don't worry. Those priests went to a better place. They will no longer be concerned with worldly matters. They won't have to ask questions about meaning. They won't have to seek the truth. Perhaps we should follow their path. Still, you haven't answered my question. Well, What does the word mean to you? Yes, they have marked you, used you. You too have suffered, I can see this. The word, a treacherous worm that hides underneath the cranial vault, eating away at the common sense of the good people. This is what the word truly is. The Red Church must be torn down, burned to the ground. Now, I will go further. If you want, join the hunt. Take the revenge.
think you lost your way. Turn back and be on your way. This is the village of the Sven tribe. Whatever you're looking for, you won't find it here. Listen, I don't know. I just have orders not to let anyone in. So unless you have real business here, go explore other parts of the swords. You should have led with that. Go on then, and keep it brief. In, out, and gone. That's how we like it.
And who might you be? Are you the messenger of the Stagfather, the one Glirna foretold? If she's right for once, well, that'd be a first. You're a little late, by the way. Can't you see? I won't speak of it further. Not with outsiders. See this? One of those bodies belongs to my son, Jens. He fought bravely, to the very end. May the ancestors grant him a place at their table. May the unrealm of the hunt show him mercy. It's a damn shame his god failed him. You just had to be stubborn, didn't you, kid? Hey, no point wasting breath. What's done is done. Most of the Svine tribe is gone. Ah, perhaps that's for the best. The last thing we need is another self-proclaimed prophet causing trouble. As you can see, I've got enough on my plate. I'm Barlam, the chieftain. Welcome to the Svine lands, for the tribe that's just ceased to exist. Let me guess. He wants to call the moot. He's been trying for years, and every time I've had to refuse. Not because I want to. I know the moot is sacred law. But above that law is my duty to protect the tribe. And as you can see, I've failed. The Svine tribe is gone. Not having a tribe is what's holding me back. Can you turn back time? Bring my people back to life? No? That's what I thought. I don't know you. And if Gerfan thinks I'll trust someone from outside the tribes on his word alone, he's showing weakness. Especially now. But I do have a solution. Find Kjell. If she vouches for you, I'll honor the voice of the tribe's request. And I'll let you help us, if that's even possible. She should be nearby. She'll have a task for you, something to prove you can be trusted. Once that's done, meet me here. Maybe then I'll share something more.
A stranger in my shop, eh? It should be closed after everything that happened here. I just happen to feel safest in this place. So if you want to buy something, I suppose I can trade with you. That's right, all crafted by my own hands. Don't look so surprised. Back in my day, it was nothing out of the ordinary. Everyone in the tribe had to know how to stitch leather, forge knives, and identify herbs. Survival basics. I've got more goods than there are people left in this village. And who knows what Barlam will decide after all this Stagfather mess we're in. Maybe a bit of coin will come in handy. And I must admit, I'm also somewhat curious about your presence, as it's been a long time since I last traded with someone from outside the Dalrita. Years have passed since one of your kind set foot in the village. Ah, so you've heard about that. Barlam must trust you. A lot of good warriors died fighting the monster the Stagfather became. Svaldir, Vraskin, Eardan. I was lucky to make it out alive. It's the kind of luck that would make you want to thank a god, if it weren't the same god you were fighting. In the old days, everyone was mostly on their own. You could only rely on your own wits and the strength of your hands. I think what matters more now is the tribe as a whole. You can rely on others more, rather than having to depend entirely on yourself. That has its pros and cons. A community gives you strength and a sense of security. But when you're spending a cold, lonely night in the wilderness, it doesn't help much. And that's what changed. Some of the tribesfolk started to behave like a hive and decided to free the Stagfather. It made no sense, considering what the Sven tribe stood for. That's true. A strong individual can survive in the wild, but without a tribe they won't build anything lasting. A tribe without strong people will fall apart quickly. It's good that you understand that. You have the wisdom of someone older. A strong tribe is important, sure, but when you've been hunting alone for 2 weeks, freezing and hallucinating, and the Ice Weaver reaches out her hand, well, a strong tribe won't help you then. There's more than one way to look at any issue. You just have to survive long enough to see it. Ice Weavers are deadly. They appear as beautiful women, luring weary hunters and travelers, then freeze the blood in their veins, literally. I mostly agree. You need the skills and knowledge to survive on your own, no doubt about that. But people form communities for a reason. We gather in packs, like animals, because it makes life easier. And, honestly, it's nice to have someone to talk to now and then. The problem begins when a tribe splits in half and turns on itself. That's why we lost so many brothers and sisters. Not anymore. It's been years since I last went hunting. Not that I don't want to. When you've spent as much time in the wilderness as I have, it becomes a part of you. But I just can't do it anymore. That I am. I could still outrun a deer if I had to, but it's not about my age. If I went hunting, I might end up falling prey to the hunger. Has anyone ever told you about the hunger? That's right. It's not an empty stomach. It's more like a state of mind. It's what happens to Sven hunters who spend too much time in the local woods. During long hunts, they soak up a bit of the weirdness. Not much, just a little trace. Not even enough to make you dizzy. But over the years they start to change, becoming more and more like the wild beasts they hunt. They turn violent, start attacking their own. In the end, they're a threat to the whole tribe. That's when they're cast out into the woods, and the rest of the hunters begin a ritual hunt to free them of the hunger and give them a good death. Aye, and it's not unfounded. The hunger awoke in my own brother. I did. He was 2 years older than me. Svarrik was his name, and he was a damn good hunter. Better than me, better than anyone I've ever seen. He could pick up a trail even if it was buried under 3 feet of snow. I still don't know how he managed that. No, nobody knew what was happening except us. One day he came back from a hunt. I looked him in the eyes, and I just knew. He never came back from the next one. He didn't want to force the tribe to hunt him. Didn't want to force me to hunt him. I doubt you'd be able to find my brother after all this time. Besides, the ritual hunt needs the mask of the Huntmaster. It's kept in the barrow of the Horned Shadow, where we lay our fallen hunters to rest. By wearing it, the leader of the hunt is supposed to gain the strength, agility, and experience of the hunters who came before. That would mean a lot to me. I doubt Svalrik could still get a good death, but at least he could have the last hunt, even if it's just symbolic. You'd still need the mask, and the barrow's a dangerous place. It's been abandoned for years, so I'm sure it's crawling with all kinds of beasts. Are you sure you want to risk your life going there? You've got the courage of a hunter. I can see that clear enough. Go on then, but be careful. Don't risk your life for nothing. As you can see, I've got a wide selection here. I keep the shop. As you can see,
A face I don't know, that's rare. Counting the years, naming the dead. Stones remember what we forget. Births, deaths, oaths taken, oaths broken. The things that matter more than whoever's shouting the loudest at the moment. Parchment rots, ink fades. Stone stays where you leave it. Even if the village burns, a stone half buried will still speak if someone listens. Nothing is ever truly gone. You can chisel out a name, but the scar stays. Sometimes scars speak louder than the clean stone. Maybe, but carving is no small thing. Be careful of what you ask to leave behind. Oaths cost more than stone. Be sure before you bind yourself. What oath do you swear? Then the stone will burden you with names the world forgot. Take care what you leave behind. Counting stopper, the thing. Parts. No, you can some. Maybe. Oath. What? Then the stone will name you as one who owed nothing and paid everything. Memory fa- counting spur the past. You be. Oh, what oath? Then the stone will set your mark deep for hands you'll never see. Not all names need. A Casper past. You be. Oh, what oath? Then the stone will remember that you did not turn away. Not all names need car. Casper the past. You be. The dead have no need for stone, but the living do. Who do you want remembered? Then we carved the bond you carried. Take care. Of Casper the maybe kept. The dead who Then we carved the roots, torn too soon. Count birth, the thing. Maybe the who do, then we take care. A face I don't know, that's rare. Counting, birth, the thing. No name, no tale, just a sign. The stone will bear it, if you will. Not all names need carving. Counting, birth, the things past eat. You some may be kept. Oaths cost more than what oath? Then the stone will. Not all.
You picked a damned bad time to show your face here. Outsiders in the village are rarely good news. But now, after what happened, don't you think we have enough trouble without you? Sure, that's what all outsiders say, until trouble finds them. Anyway, watch yourself. One wrong move, and you'll have more than just me to deal with. Our whole village will be on you. At least, what's left of us. What do you want? We haven't even buried the bodies yet, and you're already sniffing around. Here's some advice. It's not your business, so stay out of it. Well then, the two of you aren't talking. I don't know you, and I'm not vouching for you. The sooner you leave the village, the better. For you, and for... Wait, hold on. There is one thing you could help me with. One of our hunters went to the cave nearby, and hasn't returned. With everything that happened here, I forgot all about him. If you want to prove yourself, find out what happened to him. And don't come back empty-handed. Because someone has to stay here and keep an eye on suspicious strangers. Besides, I don't owe you an explanation. Are you going or not? Good. No. Sometimes we shoot them on sight. Especially if they look like Camelosian spies, showing up right when we're at our weakest. Find the tall rock and... Actually, never mind. No, I don't think you can. You'd best be on your way.
You came late. Some of us stayed. Most of us didn't. If you're looking for survivors, you won't find many. Our god rose and tore the ground open. Half the village went with him. Half stayed behind. Away forever. Into the lands of the eternal hunt. My sons are gone now. Both of them. I buried what I could, and the rest I left to the sky. Now I pray so that I remember how to live without them. I was raised to worship, not to cry. If a god calls you home, you answer. If he leaves you standing, you pray harder. I buried the bodies. I will mend the roof. I will plant what seed we have left. There's nothing else to do. Go safe.
You smell of change, outsider. Good. Change is what our tribe desperately needs. Some roots reach too deep, grow too vast, and end up ruining everything. Atli, I'm Glearna's apprentice. One day, I'm meant to take her place, if the need ever arises. No, I have a feeling I'm about to lose everything. My tribe, my past, myself. The Stagfather tainted everything. Even the one thing I hoped would always remind me of where I came from. I am. My father was Svein, and I was given a Svein name. But my mother was Thewd. She brought me here when I was still an infant, told Glearna it was because I deserved to live my life wide awake, whatever that means, and then she left. Never came back. Yes, it was a tree. When I was 6, Glearna took me to a clearing and gave me a seed. She said my mother brought it from the Thewd lands, so I'd have something to remember where I came from. She helped me plant it, holding my tiny hands. Said it would grow with me. It got twisted. It's all wrong now. I wanted to fix it, but I can't even get close. It keeps bearing monsters, and I'm no warrior, only Glearna's apprentice. I'm afraid those things will come here one day, and this village can't take any more losses. Really? You would? Here, I created a sigil, but it has to be written in blood on the bark. It should stop the corruption, and maybe I can still heal it. Thank you. This means the world to me. In a way, she was never a mother to me, but she was there. She made me her apprentice. I could barely fit the pestle in my palm, and I was already crushing herbs, throwing them into potions. Glearna used to say my mother's blood was strong in me, that it made me the perfect successor, though I doubt that will ever happen. I think she'll outlive Avalon itself. It's hard to truly believe in something once you know it exists, isn't it? Do I think he's worth worshipping? I'm a Svein, first and foremost. I understand better than most what the forest gives us, but I also know what it can take. It's hard to blame a god for following the call of his nature. Not really. Glearna told me she saw her coming in the fire. She saw my name in the ashes that were scattered by the wind all over the village. That's how she knew she couldn't turn my mother away, and that my place was among the Svein. Only what everyone says, that they're good with magic, that they dream, and the dreams give them visions. I don't like dreaming. I don't know why. I have this feeling that one day I'll fall into a dream and never wake up. I prefer the bones. They don't lie, and they rarely demand more than I can give. Yes? Ah. I hope the forest is kind to you.
This isn't the best time to visit the village, but come in. If you need a healing potion or herbs, I can probably help. We're dealing with a curse. The Stagfather's curse? That damned crone brought it upon us, I'm sure of it. Our god has turned against us. He used to bless us with game, fruits and herbs, but not long ago, something possessed him. The hunters stopped returning from the woods, monsters started emerging from the forest, and it just kept getting worse. The witch condemned my husband to a fate worse than death. She said it was necessary, that it would fix everything. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be telling all this to a stranger, but I had to get it off my chest. Only if the gods themselves sent you, but I doubt that's the case. You could try speaking to Barlam, but I'm not sure he's in the mood to deal with an outsider right now. Glerna, the priestess of the Stagfather, I've lived 40 years, and for as long as I can remember, she's been as dry and wrinkled as an old parchment. She thinks she runs the village, not Barlam, and he lets her with all her spells and seals. We honor Mother too, but not as fervently as Theud, Ulfa, and certainly not like the Volker. Mother is the Mother Goddess, but we're closer to the Lord of the Hunt. Her ways of trying to keep the Stagfather at bay. Shame she doesn't use them on herself, only on my husband. I've said too much already. Forget it.
Huh. Don't know you. You looking to buy hides, meat, or something else? Oh, Sagar, a cook. The hunters bring me game, and I'll break it down into meat, hides, and bones. Cook the meat, tan the hides, use the bones to make tools and parts for weapons. All of it's for sale. If you want to survive out here, you use everything you got. You're here. This fiend, all known for the hunters. The chieftain is Barlam. And if the tribe survives, his son Vragi will probably take over. There, misspoke. Forget it. Make yourself
Outsider, you chose a bad time to wander through our lands. Tell me, do you hunt? That's how it should be. Treat your prey with respect. Never take more than you need. Not so hard, if you even know that much. Is it? Trying to understand. Someone's been hunting in our woods. Though, hunting isn't the right word. It's slaughter. They leave carcasses to rot. Pierce the hides so they can't be used. I can't fathom it. No idea. Though some of the stag fathers chosen fled the woods, might have even survived. They of all people should know the rules of the hunt. Wouldn't surprise me if they chose to ignore them. Wouldn't say no to that. Normally I'd go myself, but we still need to bury the dead, tend to the wounded. No time for hunting, not even for justice. Fine, bring me the head of that butcher, whoever it is, and I'll make sure you're rewarded. I'm Vesna, huntress, wife of Vragi. I spend most of my time alone in the woods. I'm used to keeping quiet. Vragi talks enough for both of us. I try. The others need that. Vragi and I got lucky. We still have each other. I'm trying to take care of those who don't. I talk less, that's for sure. Watch where you step.
Oh, who are you? What you doing in my home? Oh, has Vesna finally gotten tired of waiting for me to move on and taking a new lover? Then why? Is she alright? Please tell me nothing's happened to her. If she died while I've been stuck here, useless as I am, God's help me. What would ever happen to me? I wouldn't even be able to see her again in the halls of our ancestors. Good. That's good. Ark, this is horrible. I spent most of my life not having to worry about Vesna. She's always been strong, capable. But even if something had happened, I wouldn't be there to protect her. And now I can't. What good am I to her like this? Because to her I'm not fully. If your beloved had died, yet you kept seeing them day in, day out, would you feel like they were truly gone? I can't move on, and neither can she. This feels like a punishment, but I'm pretty sure neither of us has done anything to deserve it. Because I'm stuck here. I can't go hunting, can't feel the cold, crisp air fill my lungs, can't drink mead with my friends, feel it warm in my chest. And Vesna, I thought it wouldn't be so bad, you know, staying by her side forever. But I can't touch her, can't share a night filled with her fire. Sometimes she cries, and when I try to comfort her, she only cries harder. I may be dead, but I must still have a heart, because it breaks over and over again. I'd rather be skinned alive than keep existing like this. I died. I thought that was clear. I was hunting, followed tracks in the snow. They went on, and then vanished. I don't remember much after that. A bear. A bottomless, I don't know. Something with claws. The last thing I do remember is them tearing into my flesh, and the smell. Then, nothing. Well, there's a ritual every swine child must go through after their first hunt. We bind a part of ourselves to our first trophy, to mirror the first sacrifice ever made to the stag father. Mine was a wolf's fan. I wore it in a cord around my neck, but Vesna said I was burned without it. Must mean it's still out there somewhere. As long as it remains, so will I. No, I was focused on the tracks, and when I reached their end, I didn't have time to look around. Vesna knows. She searched for the fan, but she's afraid the beast that killed me might have carried it away. You're a strange thief, aren't you? There's nothing I can give you that you just can't take for yourself. But I'd rather not owe you a debt. That might keep me here even longer. But Vesna might reward you. I'm sure she'd be happy to be rid of me at last. You'll have to talk to her anyway, since she's the only one who knows where to look for the trophy. When you find it, just toss it into a fire. May we all finally be free of each other. I do. I heard the dead screaming. None of them went peacefully. It's a dark day, but I don't feel all that much about it. I'm just glad Vesna is safe. I guess when you're dead, the world becomes a very small place. Bits and pieces. It feels like it was only yesterday, and yet somehow far away. Can you recall every little step you took this morning? Every word you said? Every passing thought? Because I can't. I remember the warmth of our bed, Vesna laughing, the sweetness of my morning porridge, and then the snow. The snow is where it all ends. You think being dead would mean more rest?
don't mind silence. Oh, did you? And why were you in my house? I don't remember inviting you. What's the difference? He's still in this world. We're still husband and wife. As long as he stays, I won't forsake him. If he told you that, then you must know why he can't. I know it's hard for him, being like that. But if that's what fate had in store for him, there must be a reason for it. I don't. Why would I? I get to see him every day, talk to him every day. I get to keep him, in a way. Otherwise, there'd just be emptiness where he used to be. If you were in my place, would you want your beloved to disappear forever? Then you understand. I'm not keeping him here by force. But I won't lie, I don't regret that he's still here. Carnvar, Kiel's man. He's the one who found Vragi. He's gone now too. He took me to the place where Vragi died, so I could search for the necklace. There was blood everywhere. Gods, so much of it. That's when it finally sank in. That's when I knew he was truly dead. And if I found that necklace, then he'd be gone for good. And I'd have nothing left of him. But he's not. Can't you see that? I've already lost most of my tribe. I can't lose him too. The silence alone would break me. I can't. Not now. Not like this. Not after everything. Here. This is where he died. But if you find his trophy, please don't destroy it. Not yet. Bring it to me. I'll let him go, I swear. Just not until I'm ready. Watch your step. The woods aren't kind.
Vesna deserves a life without death haunting her doorstep.
welcome to what's left. Yes? Did you find the mask of the Huntmaster? Impossible. That's Falric's ring. He made it from a bone of the first bear he ever killed. I remember it well. I used to tease him about wasting half the bear's skeleton before he finally managed to make something that looked like a ring. How did you do it? How did you track my brother without the mask? Are you sure it was Falric? You're either very lucky, or the Stagfather himself guided you to me. Either way, thank you. You've proven yourself to be an excellent hunter. You've given Falric a death worthy of a Dalrita. I owe you for this. If you ever need anything, light armor, a weapon, tools, I'll sell to you at a special price. You've made this old hunter very happy, despite the circumstances. As you can see, I've got...
If you need something, speak. You're giving it to me after all. Thank you. I vow to you now, I will not dishonor Vragi by keeping him by my side much longer. I just need a little more time. Enough to carry me through this grief. Through what happened to my tribe. Then we'll say our goodbyes properly. Here, take this as a testament to my oath. May it never fail you, just as I will not fail my husband. Watch where you step. Watch.
No one should need a dead man in their life. I'd rather she found someone living, someone who could bring her joy again. Someone who would remind her of everything still ahead, not everything she's lost. But if staying is what brings her peace, so be it. I made a vow to stand by her side, and I'll keep it as long as she holds on to me. Thank you, outsider. It's not the ending I imagined. But if it's what Vesna truly wants, I won't fight it. I should be gone by now, but love doesn't die with the body, does it? My first trophy, you mean? I just hope it falls apart before Avalon does. Then what are you waiting for? Toss it into the fire and... Vesna did? Why? I thought she wanted to be free of me as soon as possible. I know she does, as I love her, but I'm dead. What good does it do her, clinging to a ghost? The choice is yours anyway. You'll do what you think is right. No, I don't know. I cherished every moment we had. But if I saw she was hurting, I'd have no choice, would I? I don't have an answer for this. I'm ready to move on. But if she's not ready to let me go, I don't know. It's your choice in the end. If you must, I've gotten used to waiting after all. Truth be told, I never expected anyone to help me with this, especially not an outsider. You're a good sort. May Avalon be kinder to you than it was to us. Tell Vesna I love her. Or don't. She knows.
I don't mind silence if you've nothing to say. So, it's done. I know I should be grateful to you for honoring his wishes, but all I can think about is the emptiness haunting the rest of my life. Haha, he'd want to weigh in on my next lover. Or better yet, try them himself. You're right. Thank you. I'll try not to disappoint him. Here, take this. Vragi wouldn't want to be indebted to you. So, as his wife, it's my duty to settle the debt. Now, please, leave me to my hunt. Watch your step. The woods aren't kind. The silence is louder now. Watch where you step.